All right, guys, I'm back to the scales, use only. You're not gonna believe the weight on this thing, man. All right, guys, as you guys seen on the intro, man, I went back to the public scales, Rollins public scales. If you're other in Southern Cali here, South LA to be specific, $10 and you get your car weighed. Awesome stuff, man. So I weighed the car, made some I just removed two major big things. You're gonna be surprised with those two things, what they are. You can probably guess it, but it's a huge difference, guys. Like, I mean, a huge difference. So check out this video, and that way you find out what did I remove to get the weight that I way wanted, even past that. And then an update on my turbo. As you know, I did get a turbo. If you haven't saw my last video, 88mm turbo there, eBay turbo there. So I'm gonna start messing around with that, basically custom making it to fit in here. So yeah, check out the video and enjoy. All right, man, I just got home from work, so let's get this car in there. Still sounding pretty good. Man, I can't wait until that turbo's in there. I'm gonna put that car in here real quick. All right, guys, let's get right to the video, man. So as I said in my intro, I weighed the car again. My whole reasoning behind weighing the car was I wanted to see how much it weighs before I put the turbo in there, to see how much I gain on the turbo, right? So right now, the way you see it is virtually how it's gonna be when I put the turbo. And just FYI, if you didn't see the last video of me weighing the car, all I had different, the car looked exactly the same. I just didn't have, I had a passenger seat, I had, and my front Shelby wheels, which are over there, 20-inch wheels, 20 inches and by 8.5, so they're pretty big. So those are the two things that I removed. And when I had those things on, when I had the Shelby wheels and the seat, I still had my drag wheels when I weighed it, so that's the same. It weighed 3,580 pounds, which with about the same tank, same amount of gas, which is right there, 3580. I went today with just a little bit under half. Last time I went, I had a little bit under half of a tank of 91, which is about 7.5, right around there, between 7 and 8 pounds per gallon, if you guys want to get technical on that. So that's, yeah, what it was before. What it is now, and I might as well get into it right now because we've been talking about it, is it was 3580 before, right? So now, with the front wheel skin, front runners on, no passenger seat there, the thing weighs 3,420 pounds, guys. Look at that. That is way lower than I expected. To be honest with you, I was expecting it to get like around 3,500, maybe 3,480, right around there. So that means those front wheels, guys, are huge. That's 160 pound difference. 20, 30, 40, 50, 80, yeah. So I'm gonna say that the seat was 60 pounds itself, which is right there, which is a heavy automatic power seat, which is very believable. I was gonna say like 40, but it's about 60. And that means when I had my other seat, it was about 60. So now that thing weighs, I think, 22 pounds, that seat. And that means that the other 100 pounds, guys, were in these wheels. So look at that, man. If you guys are rolling around in some 20-inch wheels, wide as you can possibly be, you know, you're gonna weigh a lot. You know, obviously this is not the best thing for driving every day, but in my opinion, man, if you wanted to get some 17-inch wheels which fit directly onto the S550, you can get yourself some street tires that are in the back, and you can get, this is a 4.5-inch wheel, you can get yourself like a little 225, you know what I mean, maybe like a little 215. I mean, you're not gonna go carving, you know, at a track, but it's gonna be sufficient for the street. And guess what? You're gonna be way lighter. I don't know. That's just my opinion, man. What does it really matter, right? But all I know is that I really got too low to my weight, 3,420. which is really good. This is essentially how the car is gonna be before I put in the turbo, which the turbo I'm thinking at the most is gonna add me like maybe another 100 to 120 pounds, right around there. But let's see, right? Let's see. I do want to still remove the sound deadener. I haven't got around to that. Okay, that's probably, maybe some people will think it's minimal, but to me it's gonna be a lot. It's gonna be 5 to 10 pounds of sound deadener. It's in the back, it's all over the place. Okay, I'm gonna remove my front bumper, obviously, because the intercooler is gonna take over. So I'm, you know, it's gonna compensate there. Take something off, put something back on, it's a little heavier. Okay, I got the strut tower in here. That hood's closed, but that's what, maybe about 8 pounds, 10 pounds. You know, I'm gonna see what I can really kind of get in there and take out. I can't really take out too much. You know, some of you guys will say, you know, take off the door panels and take off this, and yeah, the door panels itself, I think I was talking to Scavenger 1320, that's about 30 pounds. You know, that's a lot. But you know, this upcoming year in 2022, since I decided to get the turbo on this thing, I really want to start joining some classes, some like real street car classes, some over here they call it modern muscle classes, you know, some unglued real street classes. I want to get into that because I think I can, you know, somewhat compete. But there's restrictions. You gotta have original doors. You know, you can't have carbon fiber. You gotta have glass. You gotta have a dash. You have to have carpet, which I have carpet back there, which is a lining carpet that I'm gonna put in. But that's not gonna add no more than 5 pounds, maybe 10, right? Compared to like the 40, the old one that I had on there. So there's little things that I need to leave on. You need to leave original trim. You cannot show up to one of those modern muscle classes completely gutted. They won't, you know, you won't be allowed to run. You would have to go into probably a small tire or a big tire all out racing. So that's what I'm trying to do. I mean, since the car's gonna be around 600 650 horsepower before I do the oil gears, because I'm not planning to do the oil gears just yet. So you know, I'm testing the waters here. But 3420 with some adjustments, maybe just a little. I usually always race with just a little bit over a quarter of a tank of gas in my thing, which will, you know, probably take out those 20 pounds. I don't see why this car, the way it's here, without huge, you know, investment in some lightweight, you know, like brakes or something, is probably the next thing I want to do. That would probably reduce about 80 pounds if I do front and rear drag brakes. But it's very doable to get it to 34 even, 3380, you know, with some little things that I could take off. But we'll see. The whole goal is to get it to about 34, right? Say 100, 150 on the turbo, back to 3550, right? And then use it as is like that with some good power in it, and then hopefully do the brakes, get back down to the 3400s, and maybe live there for a little bit. But let's see how it goes. Let's see what happens. Eventually I'll have to get a cage in there. That they're gonna require me to get a cage. So let's see. But as of now, for the sake of this video, I think that the 3420, I'm extremely happy, guys. That is 80 pounds lighter than I expected it to be. Some other cars obviously out there are way lighter, but this is all I got now. Don't have a Fox body, don't have none of that. This is all I got now, and I'm working with it, right? So that is the weight reduction on that, right? Talking about weight reduction. The next thing is on the list, turbo. Since everybody asked me about it, you know, I'm excited to get it too. As you guys know, I am piecing it together. Let me turn on this light. Didn't buy a whole set. There's multiple reasons why I didn't just get a kit. Buying a kit and getting it here to California is a pain, and the BUTT. I was gonna get it shipped over to my bro's house. He's in Texas, and go and tell him to ship it over, or I could go pick it up. Thanksgiving is coming up. I didn't want to head out there and visit him anyways. But you know what? And then, I mean, I started looking around. I mean, you know what? If I piece it together, get here, there. So it all depended on getting this. If I was able to get this thing into California, I was going to start piecing together. So I looked into this, the eBay Turbo, and I bought it for 175 bucks, and they shipped it right to my door. And once that came, I said, you know what? I'm going to just piece it together. So the next thing on the list is get my hot side situated. Two options I'm going to either go with the On3 system that already comes prefab. Because, yeah, I do have my welder, man. But to be quite honest with you, my TIGging skills are not the greatest, and I'm not going to risk it with this. I'm not going to practice for about 2 months until I get better at it. You know, that will come for my next one. But for now, I'm gonna get a system. I already said if it requires small minor welding, that's doable. But I ain't about to fabricate my own manifold, not yet at least. Eventually I would like to do something like that. But practice, right? So get the hot side situated. I'm looking at an on-3 system, or I found this other fabricators out in the East Coast. They go by CG Fabrications. If you ever guys come around them, they have hot side systems for the S550 Mustang, for a T4 flange, for a T6 flange, whatever you need. Mine is a T4. So I'm probably might go that route depending on what quote I get from on 3. But CG Fab have them ready to rock, ready to roll. And it's gonna run me with shipping and all that. It's gonna run me just a little bit over 1,800 bucks, which is probably gonna be the steepest thing on this car. But I do not want to go cheap on that too much. You know, obviously this is more expensive thing, but I want to do something with quality that's gonna last me. If I ever want to change turbos, because this one's not up to the task, I can always change it, get another T4 flange, put everything back in, and it'll be set to go, right? But once I do that, the next step is going to be obviously get the cool side. I found a spot actually about 10 miles from my house that will situate me with that. It's called CX Racing. So I'm probably going to get situated with that, but that's not going to happen until I get these hot headers in here, put them on, bolt everything up, see how it's looking, and then from there go with my cool side. And then from there obviously go into the fittings and everything else that I have to do, and then you know the process, and then tune. But one step at a time, my guys. I will definitely keep you guys in the loop every single time I get an update. I'm gonna kind of, you know, update you guys as well. That way you guys can know what I'm doing. And but other than that, man, that's it. That's a quick update. Mustang is a lot lighter than I expected it. I'm anticipating getting these hot parts. Hot parts. Hopefully by the end of this November, or if not a little sooner. Just got a little things I gotta work out. Mainly to which one I'm gonna go with and all that, but it's coming. It's definitely coming, and hopefully I'm closer and closer to getting this thing back on the street, and eventually to further more things. But other than that, man, thank you. If you haven't subscribe to the channel, guys. Help me grow this channel. Just hit the 600 right around, so that's awesome. Thank you guys. I really appreciate it. Can't do it without you guys. But yeah, enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll catch you guys very, very soon.